Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Warren Canonigo, and you're watching the FRI sessions, where Filipino learners can savor bite-sized English lessons with me, Teacher Warren, and my references, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary and Princess Hall Grammar and Composition book by Gary Ferlini and co-authors. Today, I will show you examples, 10 examples to be exact, of proverbs. Yes, what is a proverb? Proverbs are a collection of moral sayings or counsels which are a part of the Christian scriptures. As an English statement, a proverb is something that implies pieces of advice about life and human relationships. Okay? So just like dealing with idiomatic expressions, you need to read between the lines. You need to go beyond the words that form the proverb. So later, I will show you 10 examples and we will also discuss the interpretations. But before that, I want you to meet the consonant sound L. L. The L sound is represented by lowercase letter l, as in lactose or lactose, flattery, jewelry, salvage, silhouettes, and click. Okay, these are words with the sound of L. Let's go back to the first example, lactose. The last sound can be S or Z, lactose or lactose. Now, lactose simply means the kind of sugar present in milk. And this word reminds me of a disorder I have already learned to manage, and that is lactose intolerance. Yes, I'm lactose intolerant, which means that, in simple terms, it would be my digestive system finds it a bit challenging to digest the lactose, which is, again, the kind of sugar in the milk. And because of that, I suffered diarrhea like a couple of hours after I shall have eaten, let's say, milk or a dairy product or anything with a dairy product as an ingredient. But of course, because it's really delicious and it's so comforting, what I do is I make sure that when I eat something with a dairy product in it, I make sure there's a CR nearby. So no to dairy products if I will be having long travels or if I'll be attending a very important occasion. Okay, no to that. Again, lactose. Next is flattery. Flattery is the act of flattering. Now, what do you do if you flatter? You flatter when you give excessive or let's say unbelievable kind of praise to someone, and you do it intentionally because you have a vested interest, because you want to get something from that someone in an easy way. So that is why you want to make that person feel that he is admired and well praised. So there's like a hidden cost to the kind of admiration that you give. So in flattery, there is a touch or a tinge of lie or insincerity because you are exaggerating the praise or the admiration. Okay? So that is flattery. So when that person you're trying to give a compliment to would respond, I'm flattered, it means that he or she doesn't necessarily believe you 100% about what you said, because he said she's flattered. So you can say whatever you want, but I don't really believe all of it. So that is flattery. Okay. Next is jewelry. Remember that jewelry is already singular and plural in structure. So you don't have to worry about transforming it into its plural form because it's already singular and plural in structure. The reason for that is because jewelry already means a collection of accessories or collection of necklaces, anklets, chokers, bracelets, and rings that can be made from precious or expensive or inexpensive metals or stones. So it's still a jewelry, even if it's only made using, for example, glass or sea glasses, and not really the lofty and expensive gold and silver. It's still a jewelry, as long as it will, let's say, qualify as an accessory. Okay. Jewelry. Next is salvage. Growing up, I thought salvage means to kill someone or to ambush or to assassinate someone, because that's what I always hear from our neighbors and my childhood friends. And then I already started to know how to use the dictionary. Of course, I opened it to check how to pronounce it. And then there, voila, I discovered that the real meaning of salvage is really to save or rescue someone or something from destruction, either destruction because of a calamity or destruction because of a particular element in nature like fire or strong winds. Okay, so that's salvage. So let's say the house was on fire and you were able to bring with you your important or pertinent documents, travel documents. So you can say, I was able to salvage my passport and other important documents from being burnt in the fire. Okay. Next is we have silhouettes. Silhouette is an outline, kind of like a cutout, which is laid on a lighter background so that the shape or the outline is emphasized. And we call a person who's good in that endeavor, the endeavor of producing silhouette as an artwork, we call it silhouettist. Okay, the artwork is silhouettes, and the person doing it, the artist, is silhouettist. Okay. Next is clique. Clique is an exclusive or a small circle or group of friends. In our dialect, it's called barkada, or even in the Filipino language, our national language, clique is barkada. If you think or if you believe that a person is really fond of joining cliques, then you can say that that person is cliquey or cliquish. Again, cliquey or cliquish. In the Cebuano Visayan dialect, himarkada, hilig o barkada, cliquey or cliquish. Okay, so again, O sound as in lactose or lactose, flattery, jewelry, salvage, silhouettes, and clique. Could be clique or clique. Okay, thank you. Now it's now time for our Proverbs. I already gave the definition of Proverbs earlier, so I'm now going to be showing the 10 examples. Let's start with no man is an island. Yes, this is true. For me, a person who does not recognize that we all need other people to be able to survive is someone who is arrogant. And that person will definitely find it hard to attain success because he doesn't recognize interdependence and cooperation and unity and teamwork. Okay, so this is very realistic. We all need people so that to attain success and to survive in this world. I definitely believe in this proverb. Okay, next, you read. If life deals you lemons, make lemonade. Yes, this is really, really true. You don't have to look for anywhere else if you don't have them. You don't look for things or people or opportunities which aren't there. What you need to do is check your surroundings, check your environment, check the people around you, check the materials that you have, and maximize the benefits that you can get by coordinating with those people and using the resources that you have. Okay? It's it would be very impractical if a hungry person or an employed person who lives near the shore would struggle so hard to go at the top of the hill to look for root vegetables when they can always fish because it's just near the shore. That's just an example. Next is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Yes, that is correct. We can always show our support. We can always make the significant people in our lives feel that we are so much concerned and that we are very willing to sympathize and empathize with them, especially during the stormy weathers of our lives. But then if those people would not listen to your advice and would not properly make use of the things that you had given them for their own good, then that's not anymore your problem. You can sacrifice, you can run an extra mile, but there will always be limitations because you're just a human being. But then if you would like to continue still be having that person's back, then definitely that's not an easy thing to do. You have to make sure that you have true love for the person and, of course, resilience and temperance. Those are very important virtues if you continue helping a person who does not want to help himself. Next. A way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Okay, so this one, for me, this one is a very light message. It's so simple. Um, it's really, how do you call this? There are really people, not just men. There are really people who find those who have expertise or who have great culinary art skills to be beautiful people, to be lovable people, and to be praiseworthy individuals. Okay? Or some husbands would feel really, really lucky if their wives or their spouses can bear or can offer them gastronomic experience every time they sit down for dinner, especially if they come from a very stressful working environment. Next, we have don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yes, do not give it your all. And everything that you do, in whatever industry you're in, you have to make sure that there is a fallback plan. Okay? So you have to remember that just as much as we remain optimistic or positive in everything that we do, let's not remember that untoward incidents are really possible. So always have a, how do you call that? A backup plan or a fallback plan. Always. Next, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yes, that is correct. Beauty comes in all forms, textures, shapes, sizes, and even colors. So for me, I find it really unbelievable and ridiculous for other people to question the tastes of some of the people they know regarding any aspect of life, be it fashion, food, or beauty. So we just have to always bear in our minds that we have a lot of differences just as much as we have similarities. Okay, so you have to respect the ideals and the preference of those people for as long as they are not stepping in your rights, they have not violated your rights. That's just the most important thing. You have to learn to respect. Because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Next, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Yes. That is why there is what we call as reusing or recycling things. And when we advocate these movements, we can definitely experience a reduction in the amount of garbage that we will be managing to dispose. So always determine before you let go of something, before you consider something a trash, you think first if another individual can benefit from that thing so that it can still be recycled and it can still be reused even before it goes to the Smoky Mountain. Okay? Next, don't bite the hands that feed you. Yes. Any sane person, any normal person knows who are those people that are really concerned and are really loving and caring and are really thinking of their welfare. And if you have already identified those people, family, with the significant people, and live with peace within ourselves. So always think about it. Every time you do something, never expect that all people will applaud. And if people will really applaud, do not think that all of those who are applauding are really sincere about applauding. And the final or the 10th proverb for this episode is a house is not a home. This is true. The house is just a structure, and the home is a combination of the structure and the people dwelling in the house. A home is never empty. An, an unoccupied home can never be called a home. Instead, it's just a house. And even if there are dwellers, even if there are inhabitants in a house, you can never call it a home if the people living in there do not value the virtues of love, respect, understanding, temperance, and wisdom. Wisdom of judgment, and wisdom of what is the proper attitude to show to the people inside. So thank you very much for being with me today, and you will enjoy the rest of your